You know, the last time we were all together as a university was at the beginning of the year at BMCC when we were launching this program. And you probably remember the decibels in that space were through the roof. You know, the energy that was manifested through your chants and your movement and your anticipation for what was to come was truly invigorating to all of us. You know, I remember there was some trepidation in the room that day too. At the end of the day, after all the educational panels about the program's themes and the interactive workshops that we did to equip you with additional tools to do your work, there was one courageous soul who stood up at the end of that day with a mic, I'm hoping you guys remember this, to say that he felt immense pressure. Do you guys remember that? Now you know. Y'all supposed to say yes. That's right. Well, there was, trust me. There was one courageous soul who stood up and said, I'm feeling real pressure at the end of the day when we were doing a little debrief. And you know, he was right to feel that pressure. You know, I say that in part to reinforce the fact that all members of the Service Corps bear a fundamental responsibility to represent the university in New York City, and you guys have done that well. But beyond that, you know, when you really think about the work that you're doing, I mean, the seriousness of your charge in the city, there is a real pressure to do the right thing because the stakes are incredibly high, right? And the quality of people's lives is on the line. So a few weeks ago, I had a chance to be in a room with students from the Service Corps from all participating colleges, and you're going to get to meet them in just a few minutes, less than that, because we're going to share our reflections video with you. And it was a real privilege for me. You know, I was there to ask them some questions, lead them in some reflection, but what I observed, you know, even while simply being in the space with them before our official interviews, it really spoke to me about what the Service Corps represents. Because here's what happened. You know, while the staff and I were like in a corner dealing with name tags, a bunch of the students started to organize themselves around a couple tables. Now, those of you who were there know what I'm about to talk about, and they were like reconfiguring the space. They were like picking up chairs and, you know, like repositioning themselves so that they could have a facilitated conversation that they totally came up with on their own together as a group. And, you know, that really struck me because you put a lot of college students in a room with a slew of unfamiliar faces, and a lot of those students are going to kind of sit back and wait for some leader to emerge. But oh no, that does not happen with the Service Corps because you guys are the leaders, right? You guys are the ones who make things happen, and that's what happened in that room. You made it happen. We didn't have to do anything. So during the course of those interviews, you know, I heard students say things like, I'm a different person than I was before, and I'm now an active citizen of my community, and doing work that changes lives feels different. You know, it's time for me to come out of the shadows and have a voice. I've done things that I didn't realize I was capable of. And I felt a sense of overwhelming satisfaction because you know what? That trepidation that was in the room at the beginning of the year is gone. The trepidation is gone. And you guys are here. And you are representing, you have stepped up, and you have filled up with the kind of confidence that emboldens people and empowers them to launch themselves into their destinies. So congratulations. You know, that's powerful stuff, and that's enough for me. Now, let's hear from you.